Hello, my friends. Happy Tuesday. It's an exciting week here. I apologize. It's probably pretty loud, but I have got the air conditioners all going today because it is super hot today. So let me just make sure, yep, I'm in the right place. I can see comments. Hello, my friends. It is Tuesday. It's the last Tuesday of the month, which means it's virtual card class day. And in fact, yesterday was my very first in-person card class in 5 years. It was so fun to see everybody. And so today's projects are going to be yesterday's cards. So I didn't really have a whole lot of time to prep this week because of the card class. So why not use them, right? So if you're new here, the last Tuesday of every month I do virtual card class, and if you place an order between now, the last Tuesday of the month, and the end of the month, which is July 31st this year, or this month, you'll get the card kits for the 4 projects we're doing today for free. So just place an order in my online store, and I'll post the link to my store in a minute. When I finish up the video, I'll put it to the description and add it in the comments, and then you can get the card kits for free, and you'll get the instructions too. So just a little perk as we're wrapping up the month, and hopefully you guys are having a little time to craft, although it's a little hot to be in the craft room probably these days. You might be at a beach instead. So let's go ahead and get started, because I do have 4 projects, because that's how many we did in card class. So you get a bonus project this month. So let me actually, I'm gonna slide this down a little bit because I had it up for some scrapbooking stuff. And I'm going to move it so it's centered, because that will bug me. And so lots and lots happening right now. So I had mystery bags that were happening last week, so I'm packaging those up. I'm also packaging up the what is that, beautiful gallery class. So that's happening. So we've got lots and lots going on this week. But let me get into doing some stamping, because I do have a doctor's appointment this afternoon. So I am going to have to make it quick. So let's start with some basic beige. This is a new color and I love it. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp they're all still set up from yesterday, which is awesome. So I'm gonna go ahead and stamp our flower. This is from the Beautiful Galleries. Gallery Blooms. That's the name of this stamp set. And I'm going to just stamp that here. Okay. Super simple. So card class cards are usually pretty simple, but they're great ones to recreate on your own. So, and like I said, with purchases this week, you'll get the card kits for free. So you'll just need to substitute with the stamps you have, and you can create these projects at home. So I'm going to go ahead and put this together. So I'm going to die cut my flowers. Hopefully, I think, what did I do with hopefully it's back in here, because it's not in my box. So hopefully, I did not put it away. So let's see if I can find it. Did I have it out already? I don't think so. I might have to fussy cut this, because I don't know what happened to the dies. Well, that's interesting. It must have got stuck in a different box, so we may find it later. That's weird. I haven't even unpacked anything, so... Well, normally we would cut that with our die cutting machine, but I'm gonna do it with my scissors the old-fashioned way. So I hope it's not too loud in here. It's very, very warm. I actually have both air conditioners on upstairs, and the doors are open because this air conditioner just doesn't cut it, and it's just too hot. So, and that's also why I'm not showered yet, because I knew I was gonna get hot and sweaty doing my live today. So we'll get cleaned up later. what are your plans for the week? Are any of you doing fun summer stuff to wrap up July? I know my stepdaughter and my granddaughter and some of my in-laws, they're all over on Nantucket. Not Nantucket. I have Nantucket on the brain because we're reading Ellen Hildebrand's book, Hotel Nantucket. So I just read that. So I have Nantucket in the head. But they're in Martha's Vineyard, or on Martha's Vineyard today, and spending the day at the beach and jumping off Jaws Bridge and doing all the fun things. So I would have liked to have gone, but duty calls. We got stamping to do. We got boobs to squish. Important to get your mammograms, ladies, and that's what is on my agenda later today. So lots and lots going on. And as I said, if I knew what I did with the dye, we would have die cut this, but it's not too bad to fussy cut either. The only thing that's going to be different is I won't be able to get these little center parts out as nicely, but it's fine. I don't know, maybe we'll try, maybe we'll leave it. So, what else is on your agenda, ladies? Let me know if you're watching. I know it's hard to catch me live these days. I should send an email in the morning to remind you. But it's also the lazy, hazy days of summer, right? We're all kind of going in every which way direction. So, lots of family and friends visiting, hopefully. Some fun stuff happening. Work, of course, gets in the way, right? So, just plugging along. So this is going a little slower than anticipated because I can't find the dye. It's probably going to show up in one of the other boxes, but I didn't want to take the time to try and hunt through it and then not be able to find it anyway. So I'll just take that time to cut this out, and then we can assemble the rest of the card pretty easily. I didn't even show you the card yet. I'm going to make it a surprise. I do love this suite. It's part of the, what's the name of it? Beautiful, I don't know, Beautiful Gallery may be the name of it. I'm so bad. I should know that. It's been around for a few months now. But the paper is gorgeous. And actually the paper is what is the focal point of my card class to go from earlier this month. Those are the ones that are getting shipped out today. Hopefully, if I can get the post office before. I actually have to do a little more prep before I can mail them too. So it might be tomorrow morning, but we'll get them all ready to go. They're supposed to go out today, but they're beautiful, and they focus on the paper that's part of this collection. So I'm just attaching this to the frame really easily, and then we're gonna pop it up, so I don't really need to make it super secure. Just add a little dot there. Just want to make sure it's tacked down. And then I did use some basic beige and a little Stampin' Sponge, and I just like inked up the embossed panel a little bit, just to make it a little less stark white. So just a little bit of color here, like that. Okay. And then we're gonna just tape this down to the front of the card. I embossed this, oh, a little bit of dog hair mixed in. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Well, it's a little extra present in there. I don't remember what I was saying. My brain, it's not as good as it used to be. All right, so I'm gonna just flip this over, and we're gonna go ahead and attach these. Just a few little dimensionals to pop this up. And then we'll attach this kind of on an angle. So I did the flowers on an angle, or the frame on an angle, and then I did the sentiment straight. And most of these cards were actually borrowed from a swap that I got, or at least the idea, the inspiration came from a swap, and then I made it my own. So I do that a lot. So that's the whole idea with the virtual card class, is I will send you these kits, and then of course you probably won't have every stamp set that I have, but you can go ahead and take these base kits and turn them into whatever you shall like. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna snip a little corner here, like so. I'm gonna kind of lay it across here, so I'm gonna do a little dimensional right about there, and then a little adhesive here and here, so that it will stay put. I wanted it to be straight, so I'm gonna kind of make it straight. There we go. And there you have your first card. We just need to add some bling. And you can really use any of the colors that are on this one. I'm going to go with the gold this time around. So we'll just use that. And then we'll put one over there. There we go. And there's your first card. And I'm kind of putting stuff away as I go, because that's how we clean up around here. So, next up, we have another card. Just trying to clear my desk in between as best I can. And next one is a super cute little card. Very simple. Again, this was a swap that I got, I think, in different colors, and then I just transformed it into the colors that I had. So I'm going to use the little flower from Impressions of Bloom. And I'm going to just add a little bit of floral around the edges. I love using like a little stamp, like a smaller sized stamp, as like a background. And because I'm going to cover most of the middle part, I'm just doing the very outer edges here. Okay. Like so. Okay. And then I have a piece of white and some little pieces of patterned paper, and we're just going to layer these onto this panel. And then of course, if you get the card kits, you'll get all the instructions for this too, so you'll get all the measurements so you could recreate the card. Alright, and then we're going to do this one. Kind of goes right up against here, and then this one. This is a great way to use up scraps. So if you have a bunch of leftover pieces of like some patterns, this is a great way to use those up. And then I'm just going to take a little piece of white ribbon here. And we'll do it down here. Hopefully this is enough, because this is just a scrap piece I have on my desk. So let's see if I can make it happen. This is really tight. Might not be able to. So what I might do instead, just because it's not quite enough, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll take this, we'll tack it into the ribbon, which I did not line up right, and then we'll just tack that down here. And then we can take this little piece that's left over. Oops, this didn't stay put. Make sure it's on that seam. And then I'm going to just add some adhesive there. Tack that down. We're going to pop this up so it doesn't matter that there's extra tape there. and then I'm gonna just do this. So now we're gonna take that little piece, and it'll have a little extra so that I have a little more space to tie the knot. And I'm just gonna do a knot because there's not really a lot. And we'll trim this down. Like that. Good little cheat way. Make sure it's even here. Okay, and then I'm gonna pop this up with some dimensionals. And we'll pop this onto the card. Like so. And then I have a little piece here, again with some Early Espresso. Early Espresso is a great sentiment color, I think. It's not quite as dark as black, but it's dark enough that it's not hard to read. Because sometimes if you go too light with your sentiment color, it can be tricky to read for your recipients. All right, and then here I'm just gonna cut the ends on an angle really quick, like that. Pop this up as well. And then we're done with card number 2. Cruising right along. All right, so now I'm gonna just kind of pop this right about here. Okay. There. And there is your second card. Super cute, great way to use up some scraps. And then let's move on to our next card, which is a really cute and simple one. This one I kind of cased from my friend Susie. I changed the colors because I didn't have enough of the color she had used. So I just used a different pattern paper from the same pattern paper she used. Let me see. I don't know if I have. I think I do have it. Let me grab the original. And I did this with the second card too. Alright, so with this one, this was the original. And I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I wanted to make it a birthday card. And the birthday didn't fit on this white size. It needed to be on the bigger side. So I switched that up, and you'll see in a second. So first off, when you come to card class, everything's cut and prepped for you. So we've already got our layers. So you can see I switched the pattern paper, and therefore I switched the bottom base, which again was because I didn't have enough of the Shy Shamrock to use for class. So I used the peach pie. And then we're just going to attach this. Whoops, oh dear. Here we go. We'll attach this to the bottom. I did leave a little bit of a space at the bottom. So I'm gonna just put that down. And then this just gets taped to the front of the card. All right, like so. Perfect. Then we're gonna use, I'm gonna use my little mat because it needs a little bit of cushion. So this is from the Layered Thoughts stamp set, which looks like this. But you can see it's kind of a solid image. So that makes it that you need to make contact to the paper, and you need to make full contact to the paper in order for it to really give you a good impression. So I'm gonna go ahead and ink this up. So, and then I'm gonna go ahead and stamp that right in the middle. I think I have a dog hair there. Yeah, I did. It was on the ink, so I have a little bit of a extra bonus on that one. I wonder if I can use my little sand eraser here and just take that off. I saw it just as I was stamping, but it might not come off that much, but that's fine. Alright, it's better. So there's that. And then we're just going to pop this on top. Super fast and super easy. So when we do in-person card class, they actually make 2 of each. And here I'm just showing you one. But you can see how you could do this really, really quickly. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead, put that there. And there we have our cute little card. We'll just accent with some gems. And then we're done with card 3 already. Look how fast we're flying. Let me grab my embellishment. I take my pick tool. I hope it's not too noisy. I think that's what I was saying before and I got sidetracked. But all the air conditioners are on. In an effort to keep me from boiling up over here. Alright, so there is card number 3 already. We're only 20 minutes in, right? Okay, so then our last card might be one of my favorites actually. I really like this one. And this one is an adjustment too from the original. Let me just see here. I'm missing here we go. These 2 have them. Alright. So, and actually, I believe the original one was different too. I don't need 2 of these, I just need 1. So this was my original one, and then I ran out of this paper. So then we used just different pattern of the same paper and changed the colors, and we turned it into this one. So that's what we're gonna make here. This is the Impressions Gardens of Bloom, I think is the name of the pattern paper. Super pretty. Very fun. I kind of like this bright coloring. It's very summery, I think. So I'm going to go ahead. And you can see, like, when you look at these 2 cards, right, you can see, like, this might even work more of a sympathy card, where this is kind of bright and cheerful, so it works great for thank you or birthday or whatever. I mean, that one I have as a thank you card too, so you can definitely use it for that. But I feel like the colors and tones of your card can really make an impact as to the message you're trying to send. So just layering those together, and then all we really have to do is stamp the sentiments. So I'm using Memento Black. And I'll put this here. Love my grid paper for helping me stamp straight. And then I did a little banner end here. Like that. Okay. Super simple. Now we're going to take some ribbon. I love this gold ribbon. This one's probably not long enough for a bow. So cut this, and then we'll tie a nice bow here, and in less than 30 minutes we've got 4 cards. Super easy. Of course, like if you have to find stamp sets and things like that, it might take you a little bit longer, but everything's already prepped and cut and ready to go, which is super helpful. Alright, so I got this cute little bow here. I'm going to move it over a little. Like that. We'll trim it down. I love this ribbon for bows. It's so pretty. Okay, and then we're going to pop this up onto the card. Or not even the card. We're going to pop it up onto this panel. Keeping the ribbon down and lining it up with the edge. Like that. Oops. Got a phone call coming in. It says potential spam. So we're going to ignore that. And then pop this up couple extra here. And then we're just about done. This one just gets popped up in the middle of this. And again, these were all, I think this one was a swap card from the incentive trip this year. And I swapped it up. And then this one was too, I think. So a lot of these were. And then I just kind of made them my own. And there you go. There's your 4 projects for this month's virtual card class. So if you're on my team, I will send you the directions for those soon, probably in the next couple of weeks. You'll see it in your weekly email from me. If you are not on my team and you need to order some supplies, now would be a good time to do it, because you'll get these 4 card kits plus the directions printed out for you, all sent to you for free. So that is my class for today. I hope you liked those cards. Super quick and easy and simple. Just the way I like it when I wanna craft, right? It gives you that momentum you need to kind of get into the creative flow, and then you can keep going. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you again next week on Tuesday at 2 p.m. for another Facebook Live with me. So I hope to see you then. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye for now.